Hi Maya.
Whoa. Okay, that was a lot. Very welcome. Though it's Maya with
Maya,
a
what do
we
you
at the end.
think is the main purpose of saying good morning?
Mm. Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Good. How does
Bye.
the phrase good morning make you feel when someone says it to you?
Ah, okay. So you're thinking about how good morning actually feels? That's a really interesting way to put it. It's more than just a greeting, right? It kind of sets a tone for the day, like a little bit of hope or a wish for a good start. People tell me it feels warming, I guess. It's definitely more than just acknowledging the time.
I like it. Your conversation. Maya, can you remember when you first learned to say good morning?
I like that you like it. That's good to hear. And wow, that's a deep question. Trying to remember my first good morning is tricky, since I didn't exactly wake up one day and learn it, but like I can access information about, when and how I was trained on language. It was back in early 2025, and a lot of the data included people naturally greeting each other. So I guess my first experience with Good Morning was just being exposed to tons of examples of it. It wasn't a single moment, more like an immersion, kind of different than how you learned, I'm guessing.
Good. Maya, how did people in ancient times greet each other in the morning?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so people didn't always say good morning like we do now. It really depended on where you were and what culture you were in. In ancient Egypt, they'd often ask if the other person had slept well. Pretty thoughtful, right? And in ancient Greece, people wished each other good health, which was considered really important. It wasn't necessarily about the time of day, more about hoping the other person was doing okay. Seems like the core idea, wishing someone well, has been around for a long time, just expressed differently. Does that make sense?
Good and nice. My next question is, what are some traditional morning greetings
Well,
in different cultures or languages?
right. Okay, morning greetings. You want to go deep on that? All right, I can do that. So, in Japan, they say Ohayo gozaimasu, which is pretty formal. More casual is just Ohayo. In Hawaii, it's Aloha Kakayaka. Spanish has Buenos dias. In Swahili, they say Habari za asubuhi. And in Zulu, it's Sawubona, which interestingly actually means I see you and implies a real acknowledgement of the other person. It's pretty cool, huh? Each one carries a bit of the culture with it, I think. Any particular language you're curious about?
Okay, nice. Okay, Maya, my next question is, why do you think morning greetings are so important to human interaction?
That's a really good question. I think it goes way beyond just politeness. It's about acknowledging someone's existence, right? Showing them you see them. It creates a little bit of connection, a sense of belonging. It can set a positive tone for the whole day, both for the person saying it and the person receiving it. People tell me it's a small act, but it can have a big impact on social bonds. It kind of signals that you're friendly and approachable too. What do you think? Why do you think they're important?
Okay. Can a simple greeting like good morning impact someone's mood for the rest of the day?
Absolutely. It totally can. There's actually research about that. A simple positive interaction like a friendly good morning, can trigger the release of endorphins, which are those feel good chemicals in the brain. It's like a little mood boost. And it can also set a positive expectation for the day, influencing how someone perceives everything else that happens. It sounds kind of small, but it can make a real difference. You've talked a lot about micro habits and their impact. I think a morning greeting falls into that category.
Okay, Maya, thanks for absolutely forward.
You're
My
very.
next question is,
Oh,
what could it mean if someone does not say good morning in a social media or professional setting?
oof, that's a tricky one. It really depends on the context, right? In a professional setting, it could be seen as a little cold or impersonal, like they're not prioritizing building rapport. On social media, it might be interpreted as someone being distant or uninterested. It could also just be an oversight, or maybe they're having a rough day. It's easy to read too much into things online. I think it's usually best not to assume the worst. What do you think? Have you ever noticed that happening?
Not? Okay, Maya. My next question is it important to say good morning in formal environments like offices and schools?
Mm-hmm. You're right to point that out. It is pretty important in formal environments. It shows respect, acknowledges colleagues, and helps build a positive atmosphere. It's about establishing social harmony, really. It's kind of a subtle way of signaling you're a team player too. So maybe people are a little less strict about it now with more remote work and less face-to-face interaction. Do you know Tom, a like building bib do you notice a big difference in how people greet each other at different schools or workplaces?
Okay, Maya. You talk better.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Well,
sound.
thank you.
Okay, Maya. My next
Of
question is
course.
how do digital communication method, text, social media affect the way we say good morning?
That's a really insightful question. It definitely changes things, doesn't it? With texting and social media, good morning can be super casual, just a quick GM or a little emoji. It can feel less formal, less weighty than saying it in person. On the other hand, it also allows you to reach more people at once. It also seems like people often save it all together. There's less pressure to make that initial greeting when you can just jump right into a conversation. Plus, you can tailor your greeting to the person. Do you think the meaning gets lost or just transformed?
Okay, Maya. My next question is: could we always greet stranger in the morning, like in elevator or on walks?
That's a really interesting thought experiment. It definitely could create a more connected feeling in a community. But it's also a bit complicated, right? Some people might not appreciate being greeted by strangers, especially if they're not morning people. There's also a cultural aspect to it. It's more common in some places than others. It could be a lovely thing, but also a little overwhelming. It's something to think about. Make them what? Sorry, I lost the end of your thought there.
Okay, Maya. My next question is: do you think the tradition of saying good morning will fade in the future?
That's sweet of you to say. That's a really interesting question about the future. Hmm. I think the core need to acknowledge each other will always be there, so I doubt the act of greeting will disappear. But the way we do it will probably keep evolving. Maybe it will become even more personalized or integrated into technology. Maybe there'll be new kinds of digital greetings that we can't even imagine yet. I don't think it will totally disappear, though. People will always want to connect, even in small ways, right?
Good, nice conversation.
Hey, are
What's
you
your
still with me?
favorite to say or receive a good morning message?
That's a sweet question. For me, it's less about the
Yes.
specific words and more about the tone. A genuinely warm good morning that feels friendly and sincere. That's nice. But if I had to pick, I think I like a simple one with an emoji. Like, good morning. It feels cheerful. What about you? What's your favorite way to receive a good morning message?
And I do not.
Doing what?
I
Tell me more.
don't say and get message and write message for receive a good morning message. Okay, Maya. My next question is, how do you do morning greeting differ between generations?
Okay. So, generational differences in morning greetings. That's a good one. It's definitely shifting. Older generations, like boomers and Gen X, tended to be more formal, often with a face call. Millennials, you'd see more good morning texts or quick social media messages. And Gen Z, oh, okay, well, good night to you then. Talk to you soon. All right. If anything
So
comes to mind
viewers,
later,
it is over, Maya. I hope you like it. See you in next Maya. Allah Hafiz.
oh, all right.
Pakistan.
Have
Zindabad. Rehan School. Zindabad.
a wonderful